TRN News.
The city's ready. The city's ready.
Well, it's official. Nashville will host the Super Bowl in 2030. NFL owners confirmed the decision during league meetings, making this the first time the Super Bowl will be played in Music City. WSMV4 spoke with Dina Ivey. She's the CEO of Nashville's Convention and Visitors Corporation.
It will be the biggest event ever. I mean, we've never hosted anything of this magnitude. We've hosted a lot of big events, as you know, our annual events, and we're used to hosting big events, but this one will be incredible.
The game will be held at the Titans' new stadium, still under construction, giving Nashville one of the biggest sporting events in the world and a major boost for tourism and the local economy. And Memphis police are investigating after a 73-year-old man was threatened at gunpoint by juveniles in the Cooper Young area. So far, no arrests have been made. I'm Scott Hooper.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
What is hope? Hope to me was just that he would get to come home. I had no idea how hard it would be once he got back.
I wish she'd stop drinking so much. She thinks it's helping, but it's not. I hope she sees that soon.
I act like I don't care if he comes to my games, but I hope he does.
I used to hope he'd find happiness again. Now I hope our marriage makes it.
I hope Grandpa will get help. He thinks it's too late, but it's not.
With everything that he's going through, I hope he sees a counselor. I just want my brother back.
I hoped he'd get help. Stop hoping things would get better on their own. He told me to stop asking. I didn't. Then one day he asked for a ride.
Hope is knowing there are other families just like yours, that the veterans they love got help and recovered. Go to maketheconnection.net and turn hope into action.
Wilson County Schools has named its next director. The school board voted 5-1 Monday to approve Travis Mayfield for the position. Mayfield currently serves as deputy director of operations and previously worked as a high school principal in the district. He'll take over after current director Jeff Luttrell retires at the end of June. A man will spend the rest of his life in prison for a deadly shooting in North Chattanooga, and his brother is also headed behind bars. Samuel Askins was sentenced Monday to life in prison plus 20 years for killing Warren Crutcher during a series of shootings in August of 2023. Prosecutors say Atkins shot into 3 homes and Crutcher was killed while sitting on a front porch. Askins' brother Caleb was sentenced to 20 years for helping cover up the crime. And a 15-year-old is under arrest in Knoxville after police say he was found carrying an AR-style pistol. Officers say the teen ran from police at an apartment complex in the Five Points area before being taken into custody. I'm Scott Hooper, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Hoax school threats led to the lockdown of at least 8 Putnam County schools on Tuesday. Sheriff Eddie Ferris said the calls came in during the morning hours, with the threats ranging from bombs and armed individuals inside schools. Law enforcement conducted full searches at each school and found no threats. Ferris said the hoax calls likely originating from an out-of-state group that called in similar threats against Cane Creek Elementary School and the county courthouse last week. Monterey police have arrested a man on financial exploitation and theft charges. Officers taking 20-year-old Charles Martin Davis into custody Tuesday morning. His arrest following an investigation into the suspected theft of money from an elderly victim. Officials said Davis obtained the victim's financial account information and took $17,500 over a period of time. Court records indicating that the alleged offenses occurred in March. Davis has a bond of $85,000. The Putnam County Commission has approved the sale of a lot in the Highlands Business Park. The action moves forward plans by the Hollingsworth Company to construct a building for a company focused on fabrication and assembly of special purpose vehicles. Officials said the proposed investment includes $25 million in real property improvements and an additional $15 million in personal property investments. The project expected to create approximately 168 new jobs. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Widespread showers and thunderstorms are gradually spread across the Upper Cumberland later today, especially during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will climb into the lower 80s. Showers and a few storms will be widespread overnight with lows in lower 60s. Rain and storms will remain likely off and on throughout our Thursday with highs in the upper 70s.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Wake up, Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tuning dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune in, dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Oh, yo. Every morning feels so bright with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:07.
Hello, everyone. Today is Tickapalooza Day.
Yeah, it is. We're going to learn all about ticks and tick illnesses and maybe some cures to some of those things.
Let me tell you who we've got.
All right.
Dr. David Beck, Assistant Professor of Microbiology at Tennessee Tech.
Ooh, fancy, man.
Danny Bryan, Emeritus Professor of Biology at Cumberland University.
Holy smokes.
Brandy Lynn, licensed acupuncturist and co-owner of the Silver Fern.
And she's got some sort of acupuncture thing that can help with some of these diseases too. So if you're into the holistic approach, this is going to be great for you. A few things you need to know. First, I just want to say what a great job all the law enforcement in Putnam County did yesterday.
Yes.
The sheriff's office, the police department, the state troopers, EMS, everybody. They had to go cover like 4 or 5 schools that got a hoax bomb threat. Of course, they didn't know it was a hoax.
And I'd rather them be safe than sorry.
Amen. But to cover that much area as quickly as they did to keep our kids safe, I just think they deserve a pat on the back. So if you see them out today or anything like that, just, man, what a great job they did.
Yes.
Because they dispatched you everywhere all at once, took care of business, made it happen, and it's just proud of them.
I know the teachers had a lot to deal with too.
Absolutely. Well, the
staff, the faculty. So our hearts are just with everybody and all the parents too, because I know it was such a stressful, scary day.
Yeah, absolutely. I just and apparently it was a nationwide hoax.
Oh, was it? I didn't realize that.
So and I'm still learning a little bit about it, but it sounds like it was a widespread kind of deal. And I mean, I hate that.
I do too.
It was just, I mean, that's a scare, especially for those little kids. It was a real scary time. But just want to again give props to our law enforcement here because they skedaddled
and they had a lot of ground to cover.
Absolutely, a lot of schools they had to go take care of. But anyway, so thanks to them. Other things you need to know: the City of Allgood annual Let Freedom Ring celebration is Saturday, June the 27th. You can hear the soundtrack to that on our radio stations, 94.7 The Country Giant, 98.5 Kiss, or 98 Classic Rock, 98.5.
Ann Cameron Golf Classic is coming up on June the 9th. I did not know this, but it is the most established, longest running charity golf tournament.
I don't
know
that.
if it's in the state or what, but the 51st annual Ann Cameron Memorial Golf Classic. So isn't that cool?
That is cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know it had been going on that long.
And let's see. Deadline is June 9th. And you can go to CookevilleRegionalCharity.org or contact Lindsay Cameron Gross to get registered for that and find out more, or if you want to be a sponsor.
That's going to be a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, congratulations to Reagan Abril, 7th grader at Cookeville. She was the first middle school girl in Putnam County history to win a state medal in track. In the 400 meters, she got the third place medal. So congratulations to her. First middle school girl in Putnam County to ever do it.
Wow.
So Abril, or Reagan Abril. It might be Regan, but I'm going to say Reagan Abril. Congratulations to her.
Well, you're invited to a community welcome reception for Megan White. She is with the Livingston Overton County Chamber. She's their tourism and Main Street director, and it's coming up Thursday, June 4th at the Livingston County Chamber. They're going to have hors d'oeuvres and refreshments provided, and it's just kind of a get to know her. So Morgan White, the new tourism and Main Street director.
The Good Old Days Festival is coming June the 20th at the old Putnam County Fairgrounds. It's bringing the community together Father's Day weekend for an unforgettable day at the old Putnam County Fairgrounds. They're going to have demolition derby, a family fun zone, food vendors, giveaways, live entertainment, and they're expecting a big crowd for that weekend. It's going to be a bunch of fun, so we'd love to see you out there. For the Good Old Days Festival. Get more information on that on Facebook. Just search for Good Old Days Festival and you'll find it.
Looks like the Memorial Day free concert in the park at Dogwood kicks off with the Cookeville Community Band's summer concert series, and they perform, I think, over an hour for that.
It's a good time. It's a good piece of time for sure.
It starts at 7:30 on Monday, free to attend. So if you want to enjoy a free concert on Memorial Day, that's coming up. Cookeville Community Band.
That'll be a fun time. On July the 7th, America 250 celebration at Lazy G Ranch. And the keynote speaker is going to be my favorite congressman, Tim Burchett. I love him. I remember when he was mayor in Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
I got to know him a little bit then when he was the mayor in Knoxville. But I love this guy. I love his little videos that he puts out. He's a big, yes, there's UFOs and aliens guy.
So he's very interesting.
Very interesting. And it'll be a great talk to hear him. Again, that's coming up on July the 7th at Lazy G Ranch. That's out on Dobson Branch Road in Cookeville. And you could go hear Congressman Tim Burchett speak for America's 250 celebration on July the 7th.
Livingston class of 1986, Livingston Academy. It's their 40-year reunion that will be coming up July 18th. It's going to be at the Clark House in Livingston, $30 per person, heavy appetizers, drinks, and desserts. Bring your own alcohol if you want that.
Oh, yeah.
RSVP deadline is July the 1st. And you can just email or call Ken Dotson for that. It doesn't have his phone number on here, but his email is ken.dotson@twlakes.net.
Speaking of Livingston, the Steel Drivers are coming Saturday, May the 30th. Tickets are still available for that.
So that's next Saturday.
Next
then.
Saturday, yeah, go see the Steel Drivers. That'll be a great show. The Steel
And
Drivers.
that's not
are
free.
awesome.
That's not
No.
free.
It's $10, and looks like you can get, if you just search for Live in Livingston on Google or something, you'll be able to get to the page to buy tickets. Or you can go to their Facebook page, and there's a link there as well if you want to go see the Steel Drivers. Again, that's next Saturday, May 30th.
And I just talked to their Mayor Lori there.
Yeah.
She was saying that the tickets were going good. That was like 2 weeks ago. The tickets were almost sold out. So I would go ahead and get those tickets and not wait.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you really want to see that. Goat's milk soap making class in Carthage, Tennessee.
All right, let's do it.
I think it's worth driving up there. You get to choose your own scents. Make 4 bars of creamy, all-natural goat's milk soap. That is some of the best soap ever.
It is.
Take home soap, mold supply, and the instructions. $39 per person and limited spots on that. So you can even choose your own fragrances on that.
It's fun making soap if you've never done it
Yeah.
before. I like doing it.
Let's see where it's going to be. Beasley Hollow Artistry. How cute is
I've
that?
never even heard of that. Beasley Hollow Artistry?
Yeah, that's in
Okay.
Carthage.
All right. The Bondecroft Volunteer Fire Department is having a big fundraiser this weekend on Saturday from noon to 6. It's the Bondecroft Fire Department Fish Fry.
You know if the fire
be
department's doing
good.
that, it's going to be delicious.
It includes 2 pieces of fish, hush puppies, French fries, coleslaw, tartar sauce, and a drink. And the Bondecroft Fire Department, their big fish fry. Cash or credit card is accepted. That's at 8023 Crossville Highway. Go get you some fish on Saturday and help the Bondecroft Volunteer Fire Department.
Well, I know that we've had Cookeville Leisure Services Department Director Chad McDonald in here with us. We've been talking about, reminding you about the splash pad.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the day for the ribbon cutting.
Oh,
for that.
yeah.
I drove by there the other day. It looks nice.
It's massive.
It is so nice for the kids. I saw the pickleball courts.
Mm-hmm.
They've just really developed it along in that area.
yeah.
And that's right beside the rec center, Cane Creek Park. Splash pad and playground will be opening for this whole weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and from then on, of course. But 4:15 will be the ribbon cutting tomorrow afternoon.
I can't wait to see it. That's where we're having Josie's birthday party.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
She's turning the big 3, guys.
The big 3.
The big 3, the big number 3, which I think 3 years old is like, I look back and 3 years old, I was killing it.
I love it.
But,
I think 4 was my killing
3,
it
4.
age.
I think there's I think that 3,
Between 3 and 4.
3, 4, and 5 is your prime time.
Yeah. I seems like I remember more things when I was 4.
Yeah.
And I really thought I was the stuff.
Absolutely. So looking forward to having a big birthday party at Cane Creek Park.
Yeah.
Today, Cookeville baseball in the state tournament takes on Collierville. That's at 10 o'clock. They're playing at Oakland High School. So go Cavs. Hope you get a win today. That's it. That's all I've got. I got what is it, Sheila?
Your 2 cents.
There you go.
Your 2 cents brought to you by Freedom Pond. They are the ones making it happen. They're not only your greatest pond store ever, your guns and ammo store, and they're your UPS drop off.
Me and you both are having a terrible time with our
It feels
mouths
like a
today.
Monday, but it's a hump day. It was like my brain and
Yeah.
it's like something's misfiring in between the brain and
yeah.
mouth.
It must be something in this building, Sheila.
That's what it is.
It's gotta be.
It's got to be the building or something
Yeah.
else to blame, not
No,
us.
it can't be.
But here's the question: your 2 cents. What item do you still wish you had from your childhood?
Like an item that we owned and don't own anymore, or
Yeah.
like an item that like a food item at the store or something. Like
Well, I was
doesn't
thinking
matter.
more toys or
Oh,
your
like
favorite thing
like
or
stuff we had. that
yeah,
we don't
like
have.
mine,
Yeah,
my Snoopy snow cone machine.
dude, you had one of those?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was never allowed to have one.
I was allowed to have that, but not an easy bake oven. So I guess give and take.
Well, you could burn the house down.
Look, you're going to mix flavors? We'll let you do that.
Well, I couldn't have one because I would stain everything. That's why I couldn't have one.
Yeah.
Do you imagine the mess you would make with that? No.
I probably made messes, but I know we
yeah.
had a little orange like card table Go Big Orange.
And that's where you set it on?
That's why I set it on, and then I guess if I messed it up, we could clean it up real easy. But I mean, I love that snow cone machine. I love Snoopy.
My parents, they would always have an excuse for not getting me something. And looking back, I don't think it was that necessarily that they didn't trust me with it. They were both just school teachers, so we were poor. And
that's why I don't know how much the Easy Bake Ovens were, but I'm thinking it may have been on up there for a toy.
For a toy, I would say so, but it was always a good excuse. Nope, you might burn the house down. Nope, you might stain everything. Nope, you might.
I don't remember. I know they said, well, you don't need one of those.
Yeah.
I guess we got an oven here.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, so head on over to our Facebook page. You can find that at Good Morning Cookeville on Facebook or Jason and Sheila on Facebook. It's Your 2 Cents, brought to you by Freedom Pond, located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. We'll be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pond, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pond Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pond, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate, 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
When severe weather strikes, every second counts. Stay ahead of the storms with your hometown stations of Cookeville Communications, your trusted source for live, local, and accurate weather coverage with Anthony Taylor at Upper Cumberland Weather.
This is where your tornado warning is currently in effect, and we want you to be in your tornado safe spot right now.
We're always watching.
And this will be moving over the triple point of Van Buren County, White County, and Cumberland County here soon.
We're always ready.
All these locations need to be in your tornado safe spot now. If you're out driving, listening to us on the radio, you need to be getting off the road. You need to be getting into a substantial structure.
From breaking storm alerts to up-to-the-minute radar updates, our team is on the air, around the clock, keeping you and your family informed and safe when severe weather threatens the Upper Cumberland region and Middle Tennessee. When severe weather happens, be ready and stay ahead of the storms. With 94.7, the Country Giant, 98.5 KISS FM, 106.1 The Eagle, 107.7 Grace FM, and Hub Plus on your Roku device.
It's the weather you need when you need it.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:23.
It's going to be mostly cloudy today with a high in the low 80s.
Yeah, about like yesterday, right? Where
yeah,
pop-up showers.
It may be a pop-up shower. Rain is expected later this afternoon. We've got 67 right now.
It was weird yesterday. We were at Bowling World. We had a meeting over there about a Bowling with the Pros, the charity thing they do every year. And it rained like crazy there. By the time we got back to Willow Avenue, it hadn't rained a drop on Willow.
Dry as a bone.
Couldn't believe it.
Then it started raining later.
Yeah, it finally did. But
I mean, not too far across town.
No,
you know?
I mean, and there was a definite cutoff.
It was crazy.
It was, but that's spring in the Upper Cumberland. Your 2 cents is brought to you by Freedom Pond. They're located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta.
What item do you still wish you had from your childhood? Did you think of one?
I had it was a toy called Robotics, TIX, and you could put these things together and with little motors and whatever, and you could control everything. It had a control pad, so you can make these things, and it was really neat.
Well,
it was
you
like
thought you were uptown with that, I'm
it
sure.
was the coolest toy that I ever got.
Yeah, that sounds
And
cool.
so I wish I still had that.
So see, you started off with robots pretty young, and then here you are hating them now.
I don't hate them now. I'm just worried about them.
You think maybe they'll take over the world soon.
Yeah.
And they have taken over most of things, if
Yeah.
you think about it.
We the whole robots thing was always a big deal because some of you, if you're old, you remember the Heathkit catalogs, and you could buy different projects in there, then make them. It was all electronics, and they had a little robot thing in there that you could build, and it would follow a black line.
That was pretty innovative back in
When we bought,
like 70s and 80s.
we got one of those, and me and my dad built it and played with it, scared the cat. It was fun.
It's it's fun to scare the cats.
Yeah.
Like they'll be sitting there and then jump 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, because they were looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. They got closer and
They
closer.
get a little puffy.
And they were like, "What the heck?" Then they swatted it, got it off the black line.
Boom.
Didn't know where to go then. Stupid robot.
Stupid robot, and the cat goes, "Yeah, I won."
Yeah.
What item do you still wish you had from your childhood? Here's what y'all are saying. Trina said, "My charm bracelet, Smurf glasses."
Ooh.
I had a pair of Smurf glasses.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I still had my Air Jordans
Yeah.
because they'd be worth some money right now.
Boy, your teacher parents bought you Air Jordans?
No, my grandparents bought me Air.
I got you.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Right. The grandparents is
Because I never got anything that expensive.
No. If I wanted something good,
Tell Granny and Pa. That's what I would do.
and that's
I call
exactly
mine
what
Granny
my
and Pa.
grandkids are doing, and that's
Yeah.
what my kids did, and that's
What it's
just
all about.
what you do.
Trina also said she wished she had her walking doll. I wonder what kind of doll that
Was
was.
that the one where you'd squeeze their hands and the?
My friends had some of those.
I remember some of those. Yeah.
Holly said all my Star Wars collectibles, including my Millennium Falcon. That
Oh,
would be worth
wow.
something nowadays too.
Yes.
Kathy said her Bible, and you know our Bibles when we were kids. I still have mine. Let's see. I graduated from something in church. It was like a little.
Yeah.
We went to the next level.
It was one of those little tiny red ones. It was just New Testament.
No, it was like a full size, regular size, but they engraved my name on it, and I thought that was something else. And I think that's a great thing to do for kids, especially I was like 10.
Yeah.
So I felt like, yes, this is my Bible with my name on it.
Yeah. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. Sarah Beth said my dad's buttermilk and coffee glasses. Buttermilk and coffee glasses.
I don't know what a buttermilk glass would be, but I'm interested.
That's cool. 5-speed bicycle. That was Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Susan said my stuffed golden retriever. So I had it since birth. Rover was my favorite stuffed animal.
Aww.
You need Rover. I wish you still had Rover. Tex said Atari.
Oh my gosh. Wouldn't
That's
that
a
be
good
fun
one.
to play right now?
Toby, he always says stuff good. He goes, what do you wish you had from your childhood? What item? It's not an item, but it's funny. He goes, my energy and positive attitude.
Man, could you imagine having the energy of a 10-year-old?
And then the brain we have now, which all this things we've learned,
Yes.
we would be very, very dangerous.
Unstoppable.
Let's see. Michael said, my brother left me his Hobie surfboard and his Kent electric guitar. My parents sold them without letting me know after I joined the Navy. Came back home and been sold.
Oh my gosh.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. James said, my Schwinn Stingray bike.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how much all these will be. Like if we had them
Some of that stuff would be expensive.
in good condition, even played with, but pretty decent condition, I think they would still be worth a lot.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because most of the things from our childhood, believe it or not, it's hard to admit, you can't find them anywhere. They're gone.
They're gone.
They're gone.
Something that, and I wouldn't necessarily want to have the one I had, but I like to have an adult version of the sit and spin.
I love that sit and spin.
Wouldn't that be fun to have right now?
I
An
loved
adult
it.
version.
Yes. and when my sister came along, I would just get her going really, really fast, and she would giggle so hard. I just love that. So that's really all the answers we have now.
Head over to our Facebook page. You can find it at Jason and Sheila on Facebook or Good Morning Cookeville on Facebook. Go answer that question. What's something that you had when you were a kid that you still wish you had today? My mom has a whole chest of things that were mine.
That were yours.
I mean, like all my favorite stuff. So looking at this is hard to say because I still know where all my stuff is.
I think that's pretty cool. Well, I had a lot of my stuff. I just went through a sibling after me.
Yeah.
So she took all the stuff that I had. Mom had saved some of the stuff for me, but my favorites, my sister wanted my Snoopy stuffed animal, Snoopy Snowcone. I was a Snoopy-holic.
It sounds like it.
But that stuffed animal now my sister still has. It's mine, though.
Well, my mom has pulled some of it out. I had one of those Fisher-Price barns.
Yes, I did too.
And
yeah.
when you'd open the door, it would moo.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Well, the mower still works on mine.
That's how good those Fisher-Price toys are.
And so she gets it out when the grandkids come over. So my grandkids are playing with the toy I played with.
That's really rare that somebody keeps stuff that long.
Yeah.
And now you can pass it on down.
Yeah, well, they play with it real good. I mean, I played with it like crazy. So.
And see, kids today still like that.
I still like it. It's still fun.
Fisher-Price has it going on.
It's funny is that I still do the same thing that annoyed my mom then. I'll go and do it now where I flip that thing and it goes, mar, 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 this constant mooing. And I was like, have you not grown out of that yet?
No, I love it. What did the grandkids giggle on that?
Oh, of course they did. Now they do it. So now it's like.
Now you're like, you gotta take that tradition and hand it on down.
It's triple irritating now.
I love it.
So it's awesome. All right, coming up next, it's spoiler alert. Things going on in the world of entertainment and music. We'll get to that here in just a little bit. That's next here on Good Morning Cookeville, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate here in the Willow Window Studio. Be right back.
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln of Cookeville. I love our customers, but honestly, I don't want to see any more of them in our service department. Why? Because we now offer mobile service and mobile detailing, where we come to you. Time for an oil change? We'll do it in your driveway. Does your car need a bath? We'll wash it while you're at work. The best part, these services are available at no extra cost. Schedule your mobile service or mobile detailing appointment today. Call us 931-526-3325.
Upper Cumberland business owners, ready to turn up your growth without turning up the stress? Picture this, your phone buzzing with new customers. Foot traffic is picking up, and folks are saying, I heard your ad on the radio, I had to stop by. That's the real power of radio advertising with Cookeville Communications. We're the trusted local choice that's affordable, effective, and fast. We handle everything. Custom plans tailored to your budget. Yes, any size works. Professional ad script writing, quick production, and on-air scheduling. No complicated processes, no high-pressure sales, just professional service that gets your message in front of thousands of engaged local listeners. Starting this week. Ready to get your message out there and watch your business grow? Call 526-7144. That's 526-7144. Speak to one of our experienced sales team members and let's build something great together. Cookeville Communications, local voices, real results. Your business deserves to be heard.
I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Reports. On UCR yesterday, the Gordonsville Tigerettes softball team felled McEwen in the state softball tournament 5-1. The game was tied 1-1 heading to the bottom of the sixth when McEwen hit a grand slam to take the 5-1 lead. Gordonsville will play Dresden in an elimination game this afternoon. The New York Knicks topped the Cleveland Cavaliers 115-104 in overtime in the Eastern Conference Finals on Tuesday night. The Knicks erased a 22-point deficit, scoring 32 in the fourth and 14 in overtime. Jalen Brunson scored 38 points to lead the way for the Knicks. The Dallas Mavericks parted ways with head coach Jason Kidd on Tuesday. Kidd coached the Mavericks for 5 years. He still had 4 years and $40 million remaining on his contract. He led the Mavericks to the finals in 2024, but missed the playoffs the last 2 seasons. Join us today for more action from the Spring Fling. First up at 10 this morning, Gordonsville Baseball plays Greenfield, followed by Gordonsville Softball against Dresden at 1. Both games will be on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. It's Jason and Sheila here with you in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate at 635.
Today will be Tickapalooza.
Man, so when did we mention ticks first? Monday. And everything on our Facebook, our text, everything has been about ticks.
Yeah.
So we just decided we're going to have a whole dang show about ticks coming up.
We didn't really know we had viewers. We hoped we did until we mentioned ticks and alpha-gal.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, yes.
So we came through for y'all.
Yeah, well, Sheila did. I didn't do jack on this.
Well, you said, hey, you might ought to call these people. That's how well we work together.
Yeah, but anyway, go ahead.
Well, Jason has his things he does. I have my thing. We come together. It's just great.
It works out.
Dr. David Beck, assistant professor of microbiology at Tennessee Tech, to talk about ticks, life cycles of ticks, and like tick illnesses. And Danny Bryan, emeritus professor of biology at Cumberland University. He's going to talk. They're going to kind of talk back and forth because when we set out to do things, there's more than one that applied back.
Oh, wow.
That replied, not applied.
Everybody wants to talk about ticks.
Not really. I thought at first I was dead end. And then all of a sudden, 2 people. And I was like, let's just bring them both in. And then Brandy Lynn, licensed acupuncturist and co-owner of the Silver Fern.
Looking forward to talking to her because she's got some
great.
holistic approaches to how to maybe cure some of those tick diseases.
And I believe she's the real deal, y'all. She's really good because I even had a little knot here, a little knot in my hand, and that acupuncture got rid of it. I don't even have a little cyst anymore.
I wasn't a believer until I had it. I was telling Philip Gibbons. He was having some sort of back thing. I was like, dude, you should go get acupuncture. And he's like, does that work? And I said, yeah. I said, I was skeptical too. And I told him about not being able to look to my right. And I said, and now I can.
So Sheila got me started on that acupuncture.
Yeah. So I told him to go. Anyway, time for spoiler alert. Things going on in the world of entertainment and music. On regular TV tonight, Nate Bargatze's The Greatest Average American is on ABC. Survivor, the season finale on CBS tonight. MasterChef is on Fox, NBA playoffs on NBC, and on Amazon, the series finale of The Boys. New to streaming on Netflix, season 1 of Charisma with 2 Z's. On season one on Netflix of Desi Bling. On Netflix, there's a limited series about Kylie Minogue. What song did she sing? I forgot.
Locomotion. She redid Locomotion.
That's right. Redid Locomotion.
She did a couple of other songs. She had 2 or 3 hits in the 80s, but I really like her. She's all upbeat and sweet. And is she from Australia?
I think so. On Apple TV, there's a series premiere called Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed. And that seems to be it for new to streaming today. ABC has ordered a new Grey's Anatomy spinoff set in rural West Texas. The untitled medical drama follows a team at a remote medical center, and it's slated for the 26-27 season, expanding the long-running franchise. So they're going to keep Grey's Anatomy going no matter what.
I'm about done with it, and I've never seen it.
Beaches, a new musical, will close on Broadway on Sunday after 28 previews and 38 performances. How can you have 28 previews? Once you have one preview, it's been previewed, right?
They kept working things out and seeing how the audience responded.
Yeah.
I don't know, but 28's a lot.
Well, after they got 0 Tony nominations, they decided they're out.
So they worked that hard on previews.
Yeah.
And now they're like,
They
you
got
know
nothing.
what? It's just not sitting well with the audience.
Apparently, they're going to go on a national tour with it now. So, hey, it wasn't good enough for New York, but maybe for, I don't know, Timbuktu. South Park season 29
Wow.
premieres September 16th on Comedy Central, with episodes streaming on Paramount Plus the next day. So mark your calendars if you're a South Park person. Lionsgate is adapting The Housemaid into a stage play after the Sydney Sweeney-led film box office success. Playwright Becca Bruinster will write the production, with a movie sequel set for 2027. They're going to do a sequel to that? How?
Well, it will have to be Sydney Sweeney
I
in
thought
it.
it ended like
They wrapped it all up pretty
the
good,
way it was
didn't they?
supposed to. But, you know, maybe now we get to see Sydney Sweeney
Yeah.
all dressed up and rich. Isn't that how it ended?
Well, I remember there was one big thing that happened, but
Yeah.
I don't know how they would carry that on.
I don't know either. Mandy Moore is speaking out about fallout from Ashley Tisdale's essay describing her experience leaving what she called a toxic mom group, which fans speculated included Moore, Hillary Duff, and Meghan Trainor. What a mom group. In a recent interview, Moore said the situation was very upsetting and said it cuts to the core when her character is questioned publicly. She added that she disagrees with how the situation was handled and emphasized she would have preferred direct face-to-face communication to resolve any conflict. Ashley Tisdale's essay, published in The Cut, did not name individuals but described feeling excluded from a group of mothers. The piece sparked widespread online debate and reaction from those believed to be referenced.
So Mandy Moore speaking out on Ashley Tisdale saying that they're mean moms.
Yeah, and she's saying, hey, if you thought we were mean moms, you should have come to us and talked to us about it instead of putting it out for the world to see.
In front of God and everybody.
I agree with that, but, you know, maybe she thought she had tried.
And sometimes you try and people don't listen.
Right, and they just
So,
didn't.
yeah, and they don't, yeah.
She's probably beating around the bush instead of saying, hey, girls, y'all are the B words.
Or let's change it around. Maybe they just don't like Ashley. Maybe she just didn't gel with them.
You're right.
Maybe she did something.
It could be Ashley Tisdale's fault.
But I don't know.
TikTok influencer Gabby Gonzalez has been charged with an alleged murder for hire plot targeting singer Jack Avery, the father of her daughter and a former member of the boy band Why Don't We, which I never heard of.
Me either.
According to court documents cited by TMZ, prosecutors allege that she and her father, Francisco, conspired to kill Avery during an ongoing custody dispute. Authorities claim the pair discussed making Avery's death appear to be a car accident and allegedly sought to hire a hitman.
Oh, my goodness.
Gonzalez was arrested in California and is expected to be arraigned in Los Angeles. Her father was taken into custody in Florida on related charges.
So it's like, well, let's just get rid of him and then we'll have
We don't
the
have to
kids.
worry about this anymore.
Except you'll be in jail.
Yeah. And now he's going to get full custody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're crazy.
You know, we an alarming amount of stories about people trying to hire a hitman.
I think it's
And
all these shows on, don't you?
It never works out. Have you noticed that? Hiring a hitman is not the thing to be doing.
No, because hitmen's talk. You can't trust a hitman.
No, you can't trust a hitman. Duh.
I know that because you know why? Because of all these murder shows I watch.
Right. The hitman always gives you up.
Yeah.
Always. Jenny Slatton, known for TLC's 90 Day Fiancé, has revealed she's been diagnosed with ALS,
Oh, no. That's
also known as amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a progressive neurological disease. She's 68. She shared the news alongside her husband, Sumit Singh, saying the couple kept the diagnosis private at first because it was emotional and overwhelming. She began experiencing symptoms in 2024, including choking, trouble in swallowing, and slow speech before receiving a diagnosis in 2025. The couple lives in India, said they're exploring treatments, clinical trials, and lifestyle changes to slow the disease's progression. Slatton and Singh are set to appear in the new season of 90 Day, The Last Resort, premiering June 1st. That ALS is no joke.
Awful disease. Joe Bonzo from the Oak Ridge Boys, that's what he had.
Yeah.
He kind of kept it quiet till almost the end, too.
Yeah, I think, and it seems like it comes quick when it comes to. So rooting for her. I hate that for anybody to be going through any of those diseases like that for sure. But there you go with spoiler alert. Coming up next, we've got the real good couple stories that are positive and uplifting. And round 3 of Ask Sheila. By the way, Sheila undefeated in the question so far this week.
It's just Wednesday.
But still, that's great.
They weren't easy yesterday.
They weren't.
And I was just about, you know what? I didn't think about it too much.
You can't think. Thinking messes you up.
It ruins me.
It messes people up. You think too much.
You know I do.
People get in their way when they think too much.
I get in my own way.
Why can't people be more like me and just not think at all?
I'm not wired that way. He don't think at all and still comes up with smarter answers.
Yeah, Don be like, are you thinking about something? No. She's like, how are you not thinking about
you look
something?
like you're deep in thoughts. And so does my husband. Looks like deep in thought. Like last night he was just sitting there and I go, what's wrong, babe? Nothing.
Nothing.
I said, well, are you thinking about something? No, not really. I was just sitting there. I was zoned out.
Yeah, you can just turn it off.
Like, really? How does that feel?
It feels great.
I can't zone out.
You just turn it off and just think about nothing.
Yeah, but you can turn it off. My wiring goes. Pss, 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 pss.
Yeah. That's why I say y'all are like Italian sports cars. And
we short out.
And we're like Chevrolets, you know. Anyway, that's all coming up next, so stick around with us. It's Good Morning Cookeville live here in the Willow Window Studio. Brought to you by Elevate Real Estate.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-Window-1.
Whether you're looking for a new home or needing to auction off farm equipment and estates, Triple C Realty and Auction will help you with a smooth transaction every time. At Triple C Realty and Auction, we help find families, homes, and support our community. Every solid structure rises from a strong foundation, and our exceptional team wants to be a trusted source for all your real estate needs. Triple C Realty and Auction in Monterey and Crossville, where every key unlocks a new beginning. Visit triplecrealty.com.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Widespread showers and thunderstorms are gradually spread across the Upper Cumberland later today, especially during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will climb into the lower 80s. Showers and a few storms will be widespread overnight with lows in lower 60s. Rain and storms will remain likely off and on throughout our Thursday with highs in the upper 70s.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:48.
And coming up next at 7. Not right now, but at 7. We'll have our tick conversation. We'll find out from a couple of professors about the tick lifestyle. I meant life cycle. I almost said about the tick's lifestyle.
Yeah.
They wear little suits and briefcases and go out to hunt.
Let me suck your blood.
And then that'll be coming up at 7. Then 7:30, Brandy Lynn from the Silver Fern. She is a licensed acupuncturist.
All right. That's like Tickapalooza coming up after 7. Right now, though, we go through a bunch of news stories. We try to find some that are positive and uplifting, and we call it
The Real Good.
Casper the Owl has become something of a legend at a wildlife rehab center in British Columbia. She's helped raise more than 500 orphan baby owls.
Oh, little tiny baby owls.
She teaches them how to fly and to hunt and to stay away from humans before they're released back into the wild.
Trust them.
Casper came to the Orphan Wildlife Rehabilitation Society in 1999 after getting caught in a leg hold trap. Because of her injuries, Casper can't survive on her own, but she's been a blessing to all the little baby owls who needed extra help, as she turned out to be the perfect foster mom. These days, she's caring for 4 baby owls, and according to her handlers, Casper's maternal instincts are strong. She's always on alert for predators, even the kind humans around her. She's like, hey. I still don't trust you from that leg thing y'all did to me in 1999.
That's a little hard.
Which that's great for the babies to learn to stay away from humans, because we're terrible. She's got a little edge to her. Let's say that. That's what Rob Hope, the manager of the society, said.
She's a little sassy.
They look up to her. They follow her. They mimic her. That's what we want. So that when those babies are in the wild, we know that they've got a good chance of survival. Man, that is too cool. Casper the Owl. That's great.
I think we had a little barn owl that got caught in our garage one year, and I thought it was a baby. And my dad goes, "No, that's a little screech owl.
Yeah.
Cutest little thing ever."
Owls
they're beautiful.
They are, but they're tough now.
Yeah, yeah.
A restaurant owner in Durant, Oklahoma, is quietly making a big difference in his community, 1 carton of eggs at a time. Wu Yi, who owns the Asian Gourmet, recently donated 22,000 eggs to a local senior center to help older residents facing rising grocery costs. Friends say the generosity is nothing new for Wu, who has
nothing new for Wu,
who has spent the last 16 years building deep ties in town and regularly helping neighbors without seeking attention. People close to him say he's the type to trim trees for elderly residents, feed homeless neighbors, and quietly support local groups without ever making a fuss about it. He doesn't tell everybody what he's doing. He just takes that silent, hey, thank you, appreciate you. And these days, with his donation of eggs, Wu is helping his neighbors get through the day with a gift of food and one less thing for them to worry about. Way to go, Wu. Woo!
Woo Yi!
Yeah.
Or is it Yi Woo?
Woo Yi.
Woo Yi.
Yeah. I love that.
That's fun to say.
To Casper the Owl and to Woo Yi, y'all are real good.
Woo Yi.
All right, here we go, Sheila. It's
All
time
right.
for Ask Sheila. Let me get over to the page.
Maybe I should have brought the professor in
See what-
to help me with these.
Okay.
Okay.
This looks like things you ride. That's a good hint for all of these, by the way.
Okay. All right.
This debuted in 1884. It was called a gravity pleasure switchback railway. What's it called today?
Roller coaster.
You got it, Sheila.
Yay!
Gravity pleasure switchback railway.
Roller coaster's much better.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to dumb that down, didn't
Yeah, we did, because the engineers named that.
Yeah,
the first one.
That's too long. All right. Next one, Sheila. 15% of people surveyed said this is the first thing they remember scaring them. What is it? 15% of
So
people.
it's not a roller coaster. We just had that.
15%
Is
of
it another? I know you said rides,
things you ride.
but is it kind of like amusement park thing?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be what's this next scariest? Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. Yeah. 15% of people surveyed said the Ferris wheel is the first thing they remember scaring them, because that's one of the first rides you ride.
It is, and it's way up high when you get to the tip
yeah.
top and stop.
I still get
Tip top and stop.
I still get a little.
I like that my belly feels that way.
Yeah.
But I don't like it when I'm riding with people and they try to swing it.
But you don't like that?
Hate it. So I'm not going to ever ride one with you.
I don't swing it.
Well, you look like you don't like that, and then you had a little smile about you, like, noted. And I'm like, not going to get on I'll get on a roller coaster with you because you can't do much on a roller coaster.
No, you can't. All right, Sheila, last question. You're killing it today. Again, things you ride. According to statistics, if you ride one of these 100,000 times, you might get stuck once. What is it?
Getting stuck. It is one of my biggest fears. And I don't know if this is it. An elevator.
An elevator.
Getting stuck or the cord breaking. I don't like the cables. I don't know how much trust we need to put in those thick, heavy cables.
Yeah. I've never been stuck in an elevator, but
I haven't either and don't want to be.
But my ex-mother-in-law was once at the hospital where Maddie was born.
Mm-hmm.
So she shows up at the hospital. She's coming up to see the baby. Elevator breaks down.
Ugh.
And so she got stuck in an elevator.
How long did it take her to get out?
I don't remember.
Because, movies make everything worse. So it's like they're all day and all night kind of thing.
I mean, it wasn't forever, but it was kind of funny.
You're so mean. It was kind of funny. You liked it because it gave more time for your family. I said it. You didn't have to.
But it was kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
A little bit. But, well, Sheila, I mean, golly, you killed
this
those.
This is not like me. Maybe this V8 energy drink, which the show's not brought to you by them, but
it could
the
be.
watermelon flavor, that's what I've had this week instead of coffee. Could that be what's doing it? Watermelon guava?
I'm sure. I've been hearing about that watermelon guava.
Now, this is said steady energy and supports focus.
That may be
I may need to have 2 of these.
You might need to double down on that. Today, Sheila, and I know this is a big deal for you. Today is National Rescue Dog Day.
Yes. Any rescue animal.
Yeah.
When you think of adopting an animal, check there first and see if you can find your fur baby.
Yeah. They do seem to appreciate you more.
They get it. Yeah. Well, I think animals get more than what we want to think we're the elite, and I think animals feel things a lot like we do.
Yeah, I do too.
Because, when my dog died after 16 years, my cat, who they were real close, they would sleep together and everything, she mourned. She mourned just like a human. She was just,
really?
Yes. It made it worse. And that was for a couple of days. And I thought, does she think we just took her off and got rid of her?
Probably thought she was next.
Maybe that was it, because she even got so upset she was throwing up.
Really?
Really depressed.
Wow.
So I had to give her a little talking to and say, look, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Sheila, that's the way I'd be if you died.
You'd be mourning and
throwing up, meowing in the corner.
Meowing in the corner.
Yeah.
Pissing yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, I said that word.
That's what I would do.
It'd be pitiful,
wouldn't
it?
Be. Today is also World Bee Day.
If y'all have not seen the bee documentary on National Geographic, bees are phenomenal.
They are. It is a intricate hierarchy that they have inside those hives. It's
Who knew
crazy.
Bees had brains like that?
I mean, they had to. To survive like they have.
It's amazing.
Of course, there is a bee shortage right now.
And honeybees are so good because we've heard that for years. But when you watch this documentary, you're going to appreciate them even more.
Mm-hmm. And, that goes along with Rescue Dog Day because my dog Reggie, he wasn't a full-blown rescue, but we rescued him.
Yeah.
He was.
You did.
He wasn't at the rescue place. He was just some old boy had him. And
well, see, I do think that's helping out the animals too.
But he loves bees.
He's amazed by them.
He will lay, and if there's a bee, he will not move. He will watch that bee, and if it gets close, he'll try to get it. But as long as it's not close, and his ears are perked up, and he's just like, The dog wants to fly, obviously. He's obsessed with bees.
And he's sensitive like that he probably thinks, how are they doing that? I would like to do the same.
I would like to fly.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, today is National Quiche Lorraine Day.
That's my favorite quiche. Lorraine makes a good one.
Never heard of it.
It's got spinach and all kinds. It's a good taste.
Coming up next, you asked for it, you wanted it.
We provided it for you 2 days later.
It's Tickapalooza. We're going to talk all about ticks for the next hour because apparently y'all want to hear about it. That's coming up next here on Good Morning Cookeville, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate, live here in the Willow Window Studio.
TRN News.
A toddler is recovering at Le Bonheur Hospital after accidentally shooting himself inside a Memphis apartment, an injury that might cost him an index finger. The shooting took place about a block away from the Children's Hospital. Details into the shooting remain unclear, but an adult male was taken into custody of the apartment complex. Memphis police continue to investigate. It's 2 years in prison for Gunnar Fisher for threatening to shoot up a Nashville mosque 2 years ago. Back in August, he pled guilty to a pair of interstate commerce threat counts. The FBI started investigating him in late 2024 thanks to a meta alert on a mass violence threat. When police paid Fisher a visit in his Nashville home, he claimed he wanted to sound cool. The prosecutor pointed out to Fisher's admittance to holding white supremacist views. Fisher will report to a facility where he can receive mental health treatment July 10th. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number one for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
Parkinson's disease is a neurological movement disorder affecting an estimated 1 million Americans, including many under age 40. It has no cure. Parkinson's is not limited to how a person moves. It can also cause symptoms like depression, fatigue, and impaired speech. Today, there is a new diagnosis every 9 minutes, though Parkinson's can be present for years before being diagnosed. The American Parkinson Disease Association is the largest grassroots network in the United States, working to help ease the burden and find the cure. For more than 50 years, APDA has funded pioneering research and provided critical support to those affected by Parkinson's. Visit apdaoptimism.org today to find out how you can help millions live with dignity and optimism. Your action today will help APDA put an end to Parkinson's disease.
A Florida man who spent the last 15 years on the run was captured in Jackson Tuesday. Arrest warrants for Perry Hand were first issued back in 2011 from the Circuit Court of Bay County for failing to appear for possessing a firearm by a violent career criminal, selling controlled substances, possessing and selling marijuana, and hydrocodone trafficking. Recent information gathered by the U.S. Marshals Caribbean Regional Fugitive Task Force learned of Hand's presence in Tennessee. He was found living inside the Drop Anchor RV park in Linden. Hand is now in the Perry County Jail. It's official. Nashville will be the home to Super Bowl 64 in 2030. The NFL confirming the news Tuesday. A huge factor into the Music City's bid, new Nissan Stadium, which is set to open next year. Nashville brought in $224 million from the 2019 NFL Draft in what was then a record-setting weekend. It will be the first Super Bowl held in Nashville. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Hoax school threats led to the lockdown of at least 8 Putnam County schools on Tuesday. Sheriff Eddie Ferris said the calls came in during the morning hours with the threats ranging from bombs and armed individuals inside schools. Law enforcement conducted full searches at each school and found no threats. Ferris said the hoax calls likely originating from an out-of-state group that called in similar threats against Cane Creek Elementary School and the county courthouse last week. Monterey police have arrested a man on financial exploitation and theft charges. Officers taking 20-year-old Charles Martin Davis into custody Tuesday morning. His arrest following an investigation into the suspected theft of money from an elderly victim. Officials said Davis obtained the victim's financial account information and took $17,500 over a period of time. Court records indicating that the alleged offenses occurred in March. Davis has a bond of $85,000. The Putnam County Commission has approved the sale of a lot in the Highlands Business Park. The action moves forward plans by the Hollingsworth Company to construct a building for a company focused on fabrication and assembly of special purpose vehicles. Officials said the proposed investment includes $25 million in real property improvements and an additional $15 million in personal property investments. The project expected to create approximately 168 new jobs. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. Widespread showers and thunderstorms are gradually spread across the Upper Cumberland later today, especially during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs will climb into the lower 80s. Showers and a few storms will be widespread overnight with lows in lower 60s. Rain and storms will remain likely off and on throughout our Thursday with highs in the upper 70s.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Wake up, Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tuning dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's the place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune in, dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Every morning feels so bright with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It is 7:07.
We are so excited. On Monday, we mentioned ticks, and everybody started texting us, messaging us, asking us questions about ticks and talking about the illnesses, alpha-gal and Lyme disease.
We didn't know anything.
We didn't know anything. So we've got Dr. Danny Bryan, Emeritus Professor of Biology at Cumberland University. We thought he could tell us a little bit more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I've heard about you through Nick Barris too. Nick Barris, News Channel 5, said, my good friend, Danny Bryan, and of course your specialty is snakes too. That's correct. So there was a big boa constrictor on the street. I don't know where that was that Nick Barris had up there.
It was in Kentucky, and probably was an escaped pet or
Yeah.
someone deliberately released. It was actually a Burmese python.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty large snake, and sometimes they can get, when they start getting bigger, get a little feisty.
So let's get right into ticks here. There seems to be more ticks than I can remember there being. I mean, as a kid, you get one on you, and it was a big deal. You know, if you got one tick on you, you can't walk through a field without coming home with ticks all over you these days. What's going on?
So we're going to have to blame some of this on weather conditions.
Okay.
One of the things that we used to have, like you said, in earlier times, and I've been a field biologist most of my life, and I've had Rocky Mountain spotted fever from ticks. I got that back in 1980, and the next year after that, tularemia. But like you said, most of the time, you just pull the tick off, and there's no issue.
Yeah.
But with climate changing now, our weathers just do not get cold enough to kill and suppress the tick population.
Okay.
And it takes several days of freezing cold weather for the ticks.
Right.
And as a result of that,
we haven't had a harsh winter, really.
No, it takes several days where temperatures do not get up above freezing for this to happen. It's sublimation, the desiccation of the ticks is what kills them. Picture it like freezer burn in the freezer.
Right, yeah.
And that's what happens to the ticks. So it's not necessarily the cold that kills them, it's that desiccation from the cold.
Okay. So it's just not getting cold enough to kill ticks.
Right. Correct.
Well, I guess we need to wish for colder.
That's hard to do, isn't it?
Because I mean, you think this is going to be, because it gets down to almost zero. You think that'd be plenty. It's just not staying zero long enough.
Correct. That's it.
What can you do? I mean, is there anything you can do on your own that can? I mean, I know getting some guineas or something like that is probably the most natural way, but is there a way to protect your home from ticks?
Well, being arachnids, they're not like insects, so they don't groom themselves. So going out and spraying.
What do you mean they're not like insects? They're insects, though, aren't they?
No, they are arachnids. They're related to spiders.
It's different than.
Oh, okay. All right.
So they don't have these mouth parts that they use for grooming to get insecticide, so it has to be direct contact with them in order to affect them. So I don't like putting a lot of poison around out there because it hits non-targets. Right. So dressing appropriately is, and like I said, I've been a field biologist most of my life, so it's wearing the proper attire, tall boots, blousing your pant legs down into the tops of the boots, tucking a shirt tail in, wearing long sleeve, and I spray my boots and my clothes with Permanone.
Okay.
Permanone, it's a permethrin, which is a repellent and kills the ticks as well. But some of these ticks, like the Lone Star tick, these are aggressive biters. So if they detect something...
So is Sheila.
Just don't make me mad.
So if, say you spray off on
Yeah.
or DEET or something like that, the tick may come, or Lone Star may come up and bite. Well, that doesn't taste good. I'll just go somewhere else and bite rather than just falling off. They are aggressive biters. They will continue to, it doesn't taste great, but I'll do okay here. So
I'll find another spot.
Right.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have somebody.
Yes, it's Dr. David Beck that has joined us, assistant professor of microbiology at Tennessee Tech. So when you ask us for tick experts,
we found them. Well,
Sheila
found them. Yeah. So the Lone Star tick, but back to that, is that because they're from Texas, or why are they called the Lone Star tick, and how can you tell them from the other ticks?
So the nymphs and the males are a little bit difficult to detect from other ticks, but the adult female tick is going to have a white dot right in the middle of the back, and
that's the ones I see most of the time.
And that's part of the reason. And it's believed, I can't remember the year, there was a terrible drought in Texas, and a lot of people bought up cattle from Texas over and brought them over to the east, which also
brought
the ticks.
Brought some of the ticks with them. And
I was wondering how they got here because of course, I'm always one to blame the government. The government dropped them off here.
Been here a long time now.
Yeah, but so when how many different types of ticks are there?
in Tennessee.
Well,
Let's do Tennessee.
let's
Yeah,
just-
because all over the world would be many, I'm sure.
Well, in Tennessee, we have 15 species of ticks in Tennessee.
That's more than I thought we had here.
And in the U.S., we have about 90, and worldwide, there's about 900 species of ticks.
Tell us about, some of the, like, are they, this is going to sound weird. Are there good ticks?
Well, I've wanted to ask that too. Is there any good that they do? So there's not any good that they really do. They're hosts.
They're part of the ecosystem, and so if you look at ecosystems, then when animal populations get very high, the ticks spread disease, which bring the animal populations down. And so as part of an ecosystem, they're good. As far as me and you interacting with them, no.
No.
Right. So they do zero good for humans, but they're good food for some of the other animals and birds that are around. Is that pretty much what we're saying here?
Very few. Ticks are very low on the foraging. If you take a look, probably the animal that consumes most ticks are snakes.
Really?
Because
that's why you know so much about ticks, because you like the snakes too.
And that's true. Because when a lot of these ticks are on small rodents. I mean, a lot of them. And this is where they pick up their diseases from white-tailed deer and small rodents. And when a snake eats a rodent, it swallows the ticks that are on there. One snake can swallow 5,000 ticks a year.
Wow.
Really? Now, is there anything you can do? Because I've even noticed this past winter that there was ticks this winter. I had ticks on me this winter if I was out in the woods.
They are out every month of the year. I can vouch for that. When I was doing my rattlesnake research, we'll have some warm days in January. So when they were hibernating or brumating, I would go out on these warm days just to make sure. I'm talking about rattlesnakes here.
Yeah.
When they go in to brumate or hibernate, they go in and they stay unless something's wrong. And one of the things I've been doing is tracking snake fungal disease, Ophidiomyces ophidiocola. And when rattlesnakes are sick with this, when it gets warm, a little bit like that, they'll come out to bask, to try and raise their temperature, to stimulate their immune system, but it just never goes well. So going out and checking January, February, December, I'm picking up ticks when I go out on those days.
Absolutely.
I really didn't realize that. I didn't realize you could get ticks in the winter.
As long as it's warm enough, they can move. And you have to understand what ticks do. They're going to stand on a blade of grass, and they're just going to wait.
And they'll hijack you. Hitchhike.
That's called questing.
Yeah.
That's called questing, and they don't really have eyes. They use those forelegs like antenna, and they're used as a sensor.
Come to me.
And when something gets close enough, they don't jump, they don't fly, they
latch on.
So they're lazy killers, is what you're saying.
Some of them are very aggressive and actually hunt you, like if you sit on the grass. But a lot of them will just stand on the grass and wait for you, and they'll quest when the weather's right, so to speak, because they don't want to be out in the hot sun. When they get too hot, they'll go down to the ground and soak up moisture from the ground, and then they'll go back up. So they really like dappled light of the forest edge.
Yeah.
Anything like a forest edge is their favorite place because the animals are going in and out of the open area. And so they can respond to the light, and then they sit there and quest. And then
You said some of them hunt us. Do they?
Well, when you sit on the ground,
I know. Yeah. Okay.
then their sensors can detect you if you're within a meter, especially your breath, because we don't realize that we breathe out some proteins along with carbon dioxide, and they can smell those.
They sense that with their.
And the tick knows that.
Is that the little feelers? They're
That's
little.
the sensor.
Well, it's like if you had a warm pizza on the table and you smelt it in the other room, you'll get it.
So
Does that
we're
make
pizza
sense?
though. We're the pizza.
We're the pizza, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
Hey, it's Tick Talk today,
Which is very interesting.
It's just unbelievable. And for all of you who thought, man, there sure is a bunch of ticks this year. You're right. There are. We'll talk more about it coming up. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate, 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
For nearly a decade, I've stood with you. Through every storm, every alert, I've been here tracking, warning, protecting you and those you hold dear, delivering critical updates to keep you safe, guiding you through the chaos of the storm. I've been here for you. The Upper Cumberland isn't just where I live, it's who I am. Together, we've covered everything from tornadoes to flash floods and severe ice storms. My mission has always been the same, to keep you informed, prepared, and safe. Now I'm raising the bar, introducing the all-new Upper Cumberland Weather smartphone app. This isn't just another weather app lost in the noise. It's a new standard. This is one of the first local weather apps in the nation to offer unparalleled radar access, putting you in the driver's seat. Select from individual radar sites from every National Weather Service office across the country, sites selectable for hyperlocal precision. Explore over a dozen radar products, including high-resolution base reflectivity, velocity, radar estimated rainfall rates, and advanced dual polarization products like the correlation coefficient, which helps distinguish between rain, hail, or debris being lofted from tornadoes. Beyond radar, the app features our Tower Cam network with nearly 3 dozen high-definition live video feeds capturing every corner of the Upper Cumberland, paired with real-time temperature and wind speed data. For daily forecasts or around-the-clock severe weather coverage, stream the Upper Cumberland Weather Channel 24/7 right from the app. For 8 years, I've been your eyes on the sky. Now with the Upper Cumberland Weather app, that power is in your hands. Available soon on the App Store and Google Play. Upper Cumberland Weather. It's the weather you need when you need it.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here, live in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate.
We are so happy to have both of our guests this morning. Dr. David Beck, Assistant Professor of Microbiology at Tennessee Tech, and Dr. Danny Bryan, Emeritus Professor of Biology at Cumberland University. And we're having, instead of TED Talks, it's TikToks this morning.
So we were talking about the diseases, and you said there was 15 different types of ticks. Do different types of ticks have the different diseases, or do they all carry the same thing?
It's very different between the species.
Okay.
If we are looking at like Lyme disease, you'll see that in Ixodes scapularis. The alpha-gal, which is an allergy you develop after the tick, is when you're bitten by Amblyomma americanum, the Lone Star tick, and Ehrlichia and rickettsia can show up there. And then Dermacentor, which is the main dog tick, the brown dog tick, not the brown dog tick, the American dog tick. That one will also carry the rickettsia and the Ehrlichia.
Okay, so there's dog ticks and then there's human ticks. Do they or do they don't care? But
they don't care.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
They're responding to mammals, birds, reptiles. Depends on the species, because different species feed on specifically different hosts to a certain extent. But it's like if you get a hungry teenager. He might want pizza, but if you give him a burger, he's taking the burger.
Yeah, they want a dog, but
so they have
guys fine. Yeah,
right, yeah, they have preferences, but they will target multiple different species because they're waiting for their host to come for the most of them. And so because they're waiting for the host to come, then whoever comes, they're going to latch onto.
I got you. Now, are there ticks that don't cause diseases? They just
annoying.
Get on you and...
We do have some species specific ticks. These are more of the soft-bodied ticks. For instance, like a deer tick. I say deer tick. I mean winter tick. Winter ticks, which stay on deer. They spend most of their life cycle on deer. We have groundhog ticks. We have rabbit ticks, but they're really don't affect it. It's these hard body exotic ticks that really cause our problem. We have a Gulf Coast tick here, and we've got a new tick in Tennessee now.
Yeah.
Really?
So how do you think that came in?
Asian tick?
Asian longhorn tick.
Asian longhorn tick. That sounds terrible.
And it's a swarming tick.
Swarming tick.
And what's unique about this one, the females can reproduce by parthenogenesis.
What does that mean?
They don't have to have males.
What?
They do not have to have males to reproduce.
That's crazy.
They can lay diploid, but they're all clones. So all the eggs that hatch are going to be females.
Did this come on a host from some other country? Or?
Most likely, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, things happen this way. People import animals from all kinds of countries, and like when I was living on the border, Border Patrol would occasionally seize animals being imported illegally, and there would be ticks on these animals from whatever country they came from. And that's always an issue because they can be imported into the country accidentally and set up.
So what do we need to prepare? What do we need to do to prepare ourselves for these Asian longhorn ticks, or do we know enough about them to know anything yet?
There's like I had mentioned earlier, there's not a whole lot we can do because in order to target them, we've got to hit non-targets as well.
Yeah.
Right. So you just have to prepare yourselves and as well as treat animals, ear tags, dips, and sprays for us. They're here.
Right.
They're here. Accept it. Work with it.
What is the life cycle of most ticks?
So when we look at the life cycle of the tick, we start with the baby ticks, and you can see these are like the size of large grains of sand, these baby ticks. And then they'll feed on the host for a few days, and then they will mature in the soil for 2 to 3 months, maybe a year, depends on the species, but usually it's a few months. And then the nymph will come out and hunt for the host again and take another blood meal, and this time it's a little bit longer, 3 to 4 days. And then the adult, which is usually the size of the end of a pencil, the eraser end of the pencil, will come out and hunt, and then they'll feed for 5 to 6 days, and then they lay the eggs, and we run through again.
Where do they lay the eggs?
So it depends on when they fall off the host. A lot of times they try to fall off the host logically where an animal would sleep.
Okay.
But, you know, when you're full, you might fall off the host anywhere. So it's usually going to be where the hosts are walking, and then they'll lay the eggs. They try to lay them in some sort of leaf litter so that the eggs can be protected because they take some time to mature.
So I didn't know that they got full and fell off. I thought they got on there, sucked your blood, and just hung out there until they died.
No.
No, okay.
For most species, no, yes.
Yeah, okay, well.
And you could, just to add a little bit to that, these females, when they drop off, they'll lay several hundred eggs or to several thousand eggs.
Yeah.
Not at one time, but they're gorged on the blood, and they will continue to feed and pump out eggs up to several thousand, and then once the laying event's over, she dies.
Okay.
Yeah. This species is in this bottle here is 9,000 baby ticks.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Now, okay, so let me ask you this. What's the proper way? Let's say a tick gets on you and it's embedded and it's doing its thing, you know. What's the best way to get that, because all the old people will say, hey, don't leave the head in there. I mean, is that a true thing?
Well, it's not really a head.
Okay.
It's so these are, like I said,
Come
they're
to
not.
find out, we knew nothing about ticks.
Is it
about ticks.
Is it like pinchers?
Well, kind of. They have this mouth part. It's called a capitulum, and in this mouth part they'll have chelicerae, and like spiders have chelicerae that are fangs which are attached to venom glands. Scorpions have chelicerae which are cheliceds. They're like lobster claws.
Yeah.
All right. So these ticks will have chelated chelicerae, which they will use to kind of nip a wound. And then they have this hypostome, which has spikes on it. And once they get the wound, this hypostome extends, and these spikes are like snake's teeth that curve back, so it actually goes in. So they've got the hypostome.
They go like this.
And they have the chelicerae, and they'll, and this is all in that.
No wonder it itches
capitulum.
and hurts so much when they bite us.
So you don't just want to grab the tick with your fingers, because you're getting up into the digestive area and where the organs are, and you can squeeze material
back
from that
into
back
you.
into it.
That's what infects us.
And so you
Okay.
really need to get some tweezers, or what are those things are called? Tick
nippers, tick nippers, tick
and,
keys.
and get as close to the skin as you can to pull that out, because they also have a cement that attaches there. So it's difficult to, they don't want to be knocked
These are
off.
intricate little things, aren't they?
So under a microscope, if we we were to look at a tick, I bet it would.
It's the scariest thing known to man, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Scariest thing known to man.
I mean, really. I mean, that is nuts to think about. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot more intricate than what I thought. 'Cause
know.
I thought, I'm an idiot, so I just thought tick head into your skin.
I thought two little pinchers that's biting into us, and
Yeah. So the best way is to tweezers, not just yank it out.
Right.
Correct.
Because I've been a yank it out guy.
Yeah, you don't want to grab it, because it's like if you're grabbing a grape, the only thing you're going to do is push all the contents out.
Okay.
And so you want to get underneath the body of the tick, and pull it out.
I've heard putting alcohol on it will make them back out. They've never done that with me.
It depends on how long they've been attached. If that cement is on there, they can't really back out.
They are on there good.
Correct.
Are there certain, because I'll get them on me. I haven't found one embedded in a few years. I haven't had one embed on me, but they've been crawling on me, and I've found them, like, even after several hours of being out in the woods. I've found them where they like to get in your armpits and things like that. Still not embedded. And now I don't know if I'm just a lucky guy that finds them and they don't have the time or whatever.
Maybe they've already been doing that and looking for another
or
space.
if there's just certain people or certain types of blood or certain types of skin that they don't like.
You have to think about it like a teenager. All right? If I get the food, am I hungry right now? And they are hungry.
Just stay and hang out around the food.
Yeah. I like this guy's armpit. I'm just going to hang out for a second.
They're really looking for something like an armpit, because they're looking for where skin rubs against skin. And since we wear clothes, that sometimes is also the belly, or like the legs, because we have put on an extra piece of skin with our clothes. Right? So, but they're looking for a place where they can sit for 5 days and not be disturbed.
Oh.
And so, if I'm going to feed for 5 days, I don't want to be hanging out here on your cheek,
right?
Where
it's going to be noticed.
It's going to be noticed, and your another animal will groom it off your face or things like this. We want to be in an armpit or something like that.
All right. So like my dogs. I've got one dog that likes to groom the other two dogs I have, and I've seen her pull a tick off and swallow it.
Yes.
I mean, is that bad for her?
It's not good to eat the ticks, because
I mean,
what happens
Daisy,
is
no.
The disease, if it's in the ticks, which it's a few percentage of the ticks, but if it's in the ticks, then it'll go into the gut. And the way these tick diseases infect the ticks is through their gut.
Okay.
And so they can, many of these tick diseases can infect an animal's gut.
Do dogs get the alpha gal too? or is that just a human
I've not
thing?
heard of any
Yeah, I've not
dogs
heard
getting-
of that.
That would be
dogs.
horrible.
That'd be
because they're
horrible.
Carnivores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're carnivores too. So, I mean, most of us.
Auriculosis is very common around for dogs
Hmm.
around here.
So what is that?
It's another bacterial
Yeah.
type of
Well,
disease.
she did get sick. It was a tick illness, and it made her back legs not work.
That's tick paralysis.
Yeah, we had to go get a shot, or there was something. She's fine now.
And that's a result of venom that the tick produces.
Now ticks have venom.
Well, if you think about what the tick is trying to do when it's feeding, it has to neutralize your ability, your natural instinct to itch.
Ah.
So part of that first initial cement is to secrete some compounds that go in the skin and do two different things. I want to reduce inflammation and the itch. On the other hand, I want to still have a little bit of inflammation so that fluid and blood will leak into the tissue.
So they can feed off of that.
Correct. And so they're very
Enough
good
to feed off of, but so we won't notice.
And-
Sneaky little devils.
And they have a little anesthesia to go along with that.
It really is amazing.
These, I mean, yeah, awful things.
I mean,
But
I hate them.
golly, how intricate and interesting are these little things? I mean, they're amazing. I didn't know they did all that. I just thought it was just they were nasty, they bit us, and we got some diseases. But it goes way beyond that. it
Yeah,
seems.
that like alpha-gal, Lyme disease, a lot of other things that they really.
I mean, I know we've talked a lot about alpha-gal, but Lyme disease, that's the one that is that
That's
that
the
most,
one we've known about for
that's
so
the most
long.
prevalent?
I wouldn't necessarily. It depends on where you are,
Mm-hmm.
but it is on the rise here in Tennessee. It's. I mentioned something about white nose syndrome, and snake fungal disease, and how it's.
I just think of bats with that. Is there other things that can get that?
White nose, not that I know of, but it's one of these things that started up in the Northeast and has spread southwest. And Lyme disease is one of those, and possibility. If you look at that spread and how it follows, it could be migratory bird routes that they come, because ticks get on birds, and they're going to stay on the bird till it's time to drop off, and so that could be one thing.
That's a hell of a drop off from a bird.
Well,
Can be, yes.
But they can handle it.
Yeah.
So you may have some other.
So, I mean, when you look at Lyme disease, the tick in Tennessee that feeds and gets Lyme disease in Tennessee primarily feeds on reptiles at the juvenile stages.
Okay.
Whereas if I go to like Kentucky and north, the cold is so cold that the reptiles don't survive as much. And so that tick then primarily feeds on mice.
Okay.
And the mice are the reservoir for the Lyme disease.
Gotcha.
And
It all
so
comes back to mice and ticks.
in Tennessee, we get about 75 cases per year of Lyme disease that's local. But if we had that same population and we moved us to north of Kentucky, we would get hundreds and hundreds of cases.
Wow.
So there's no one tick-borne disease. With the Rickettsia, Ehrlichia, and Lyme disease, they're all about the same in numbers, which is 75 to 100 people per year. Given the population of Tennessee, that's not a huge number, but it's, that really does impact those people.
All right, one more question, then we'll move on to our next guest. But deer hunting's a big deal around here, and if you go and you harvest a deer and you get it processed and it's had some ticks on it, what do you need to look for? Is that deer then still safe to eat? I mean, obviously when you cook it and all that, is that fine, or?
It depends on what it has. Like,
Okay.
if the deer has tularemia, I would avoid it.
How do you know?
You don't really, do you? Unless you.
Yeah. I mean, the rule of thumb in Mother Nature is if you see an animal that's sick,
Don't eat it.
Don't eat it. Yeah.
If the animal looks healthy, it should be.
I got
It should be fine. Okay.
right. Well, y'all are interesting.
I've got tons more questions.
I do too. Maybe we do Tickapalooza 2 here in a little bit this summer. Would y'all be interested in coming back and doing more tick stuff?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back. And yes, I know everybody, we are running late, and that's okay. Hang out.
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln Cookeville. I love our customers, but honestly, I don't want to see any more of them in our service department. Why? Because we now offer mobile service and mobile detailing, where we come to you. Time for an oil change? We'll do it in your driveway. Does your car need a bath? We'll wash it while you're at work. The best part, these services are available at no extra cost. Schedule your mobile service or mobile detailing appointment today. Call us 931-526-3325.
Upper Cumberland business owners, ready to turn up your growth without turning up the stress? Picture this, your phone buzzing with new customers. Foot traffic is picking up, and folks are saying, I heard your ad on the radio, I had to stop by. That's the real power of radio advertising with Cookeville Communications. We're the trusted local choice that's affordable, effective, and fast. We handle everything. Custom plans tailored to your budget. Yes, any size works. Professional ad script writing, quick production, and on-air scheduling. No complicated processes, no high-pressure sales, just professional service that gets your message in front of thousands of engaged local listeners. Starting this week. Ready to get your message out there and watch your business grow? Call 526-7144. That's 526-7144. Speak to one of our experienced sales team members and let's build something great together. Cookeville Communications, local voices, real results. Your business deserves to be heard.
I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report. On UCR yesterday, the Gordonsville Tigerettes softball team felled McEwen in the state softball tournament 5-1. The game was tied 1-1 heading in the bottom of the sixth when McEwen hit a grand slam to take the 5-1 lead. Gordonsville will play Dresden in an elimination game this afternoon. The New York Knicks topped the Cleveland Cavaliers 115-104 in overtime in the Eastern Conference Finals on Tuesday night. The Knicks erased a 22-point deficit, scoring 32 in the fourth and 14 in overtime. Jalen Brunson scored 38 points to lead the way for the Knicks. The Dallas Mavericks parted ways with head coach Jason Kidd on Tuesday. Kidd coached the Mavericks for 5 years. He still had 4 years and $40 million remaining on his contract. He led the Mavericks to the finals in 2024, but missed the playoffs the last 2 seasons. Join us today for more action from the Spring Fling. First up at 10 this morning, Gordonsville Baseball plays Greenfield, followed by Gordonsville Softball against Dresden at 1. Both games will be on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here with you in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate, 742.
Now, Brandy Lynn is not only our friend, but she is a licensed acupuncturist and co-owner of the Silver Fern. I know there's a lot other things. You're like a master's degree?
Yeah, so I have a master's in acupuncture with emphasis in Chinese herbal medicine, and am nationally board certified. So all the things.
She's the real deal.
What she's doing, that's what all that means.
Sometimes.
Silver Fern is a tea shop as well, and that's medicinal medicinal teas too.
Sure, yeah.
So you can ask Brandy, and she will know. So
yeah,
Silver Fern, love it.
All right, so we're this is our big tick day.
Yeah,
we're talking about ticks, and those two doctor guys, man, who knew all that stuff about ticks? But it boils down to 1, they're useless. 2, they're evil. 3, they spread all kinds of diseases. One of those, and it's affecting a lot of people here in the Upper Cumberland, is alpha-gal. And you're able to help with alpha-gal.
Sure. And like just to kind of explain a little bit, right? Like alpha-gal is not a disease.
Right, I know. It's a
it's
allergy.
just an allergy that happens from like the tick bite. For some reason, all mammals except for humans and apes have what's called alpha-gal in them. It's a carbohydrate sugar molecule. So it's not a protein, it's what we call a sugar molecule. It
Okay.
tends to live in the fat of mammals more. So some people who say they have alpha-gal, now some people are so allergic, right? They can't even smell it, they can't touch it, they can't be around any sort of mammal meat. Some people can do some things and they don't tend to have this allergic reaction. But yeah, just to like kind of say the difference, right? This is literally just an allergic reaction that we are working on.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And that, like Dr. Brian was saying, that people can go into anaphylactic shock even with
absolutely.
alpha-gal.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it could be deadly. I mean, that's very rare. I don't want to scare anybody that has it.
Sure.
But he said his can get worse too. So I don't understand why they can't eat red meat. You said it was a sugar molecule. So
Correct. So alpha-gal is a sugar molecule or what they call a carbohydrate also. So that it's just this little thing that exists in all mammals except for, like I said, us and apes.
Okay.
So for some reason, don't know, why, but yeah, it just triggers this reaction to this one specific molecule. And I will put it out there only because I was just educated on this. Some deli meats contain an ingredient called carrageenan. It's like CARREENGEN. And it's actually from a type of red seaweed, but it has a molecule in it that also is really similar to alpha-gal. So some people will even react to deli meats that have that as a preservative in them.
Oh, wow.
And I just found that out from a client because, I see a lot of people, but, I did have alpha-gal. I haven't for a while now.
So you've experienced it.
I have. And so
what are some of the symptoms that maybe
Oh my
you had
gosh,
and what you're
yeah.
hearing?
So I hear it all. It's really wild. But what I personally had, I thought that I had become just dairy intolerant. So I thought maybe I was lactose intolerant because I would get a very bad tummy with, like ice cream or too much dairy. So I was like, okay, not for me anymore. A lot of people become lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was I was having swollen joints after I ate meat, but I just thought I was eating like meat that was too salty.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't eat meat all the time. And yeah, we've all like had some meat that
sure.
maybe was too salty and felt a little swollen. So would that be like that? And then a few times, and I hadn't ever really put it together until I took the class on how to do this, but I had the full-on hives. So that would normally be, the last time I got the hives was I had like a pepperoni, greasy pizza, and we had some sort of appetizer, if I'm trying to remember correctly. I think it was like fried ravioli with meat sauce on it or something. So it was like a lot of meat.
Right.
And then I got this just hives all over my body. And one other time on my mouth. So I went to the doctor, obviously, and got a steroid shot because, like you said, it can turn into full anaphylaxis for some people. So once you're diagnosed with alpha-gal, a lot of times they will make sure you have an EpiPen on you all the time in case you're accidentally exposed. Because we just don't, until you have to do the research, you don't understand, like, how many things have mammal products in them. Even your vitamins sometimes.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
gummies.
Yeah.
Gummies have
Gelatin.
Yeah, all the yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, when you go to the doctor to find out if alpha-gal is it, do you specifically ask the doctor to test for that, or is that something that doctors test for anyway?
No, not unless you're coming with, certain, I think more and more doctors are testing if somebody's coming in with some weird symptoms that they can't quite put their finger on. It's a blood test, and it is specific for the alpha-gal. Now, sometimes people will come up positive, and then they will go and they will test the different types of meat. That is a little confusing for people sometimes because when they're testing a specific mammal, they're testing the protein of the mammal and they're not testing the alpha-gal. Like they've already done that. So now they're testing the protein, which may or may not be relevant in the grand scheme of things. It may mean that, really stay away from this because you're for some reason reacting. But when you have, I don't know how much time we have to go into like the full thing.
We've got about 13 minutes.
Oh, great. Okay. I didn't know if we needed a commercial
No, we're
or
going to
something.
skip the commercial.
Okay. So to get into it, so
brandy all the time.
woohoo. When you are having an allergic reaction, so our liver is what creates what's called a mast cell, and that is an allergic reaction. It is the inflammatory cell that goes out to whatever area, and either it, inflames your throat, inflames your bowels, inflames your skin to get a rash. So all of this is kind of happening in the liver. So our liver and our kidneys filter our blood, right? And so when you have alpha gal levels in your blood, you're kind of constantly having an allergic. You're constantly in a state of inflammation because your liver is just kind of always putting those cells out. So the one thing that the treatment that I do, it's trying to basically desensitize your liver to the allergen. Now, the process that I do, the acronym is SAAT, so you can look that up. It stands for Solomon's Acupuncture Allergy Technique. It's not actually related to acupuncture in any way, shape, or form.
Is it not?
It is not, as far as 5-element theory goes. It was actually the guy who developed it, I can't remember if he was a neurologist, but I had to go. Dr. Nader Solomon is his name. He is still who teaches the class. He's out near Johns Hopkins University in Maryland. Okay. So that's where you have to go.
I've seen him interviewed sometime.
Maybe, because you do have to go to him to take this course. He originated it, but he treats all allergies. I just went because I had someone reach out and say, hey, I have this thing. Will you go take this class? And I was like, sure. Yeah. So I got to take classes anyway. So I'm up for anything, sounds interesting. I didn't know what it was. And this was in 2019. Mm-hmm. So 2019 is when I first kind of got introduced to the idea of alpha gal, went to take the class. And anyone who lived near the mountains, they were like, okay, they didn't do a blood test. They did what's called a muscle test. Being totally transparent, a lot of chiropractors and people use muscle testing. It feels a little woo to me. I don't always understand it, but it does work. So, I'm not going to get into that because I can't speak a lot for it. Right. But if you have a blood test and you come to me, you have it.
Right.
Or if you have certain symptoms, you pretty much know you have it. So they did that and I came back positive. And then when I started to learn about alpha gal and then all the things, I was like, oh my gosh, that's totally why I've been reacting. It's not that I'm, dairy intolerant. Yeah, it's none of those
There might
things.
be more people that have it that may be like you and think, oh, well, I'm just swollen because I've had some salt. And
Absolutely.
We all have that.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I do think if I wouldn't have gotten it under control, my symptoms probably would have elevated and gotten worse as more levels of that stuff builds in your blood.
Yeah, especially if you were having hives and your
yeah.
hives in around your mouth and throat. That's very
scary. Yeah. So,
yeah, somebody had said, and I won't mention their name, but they said they had it. They came to you. You did a little ear prick.
Yeah.
And that they totally cured them.
Yeah, I never like to use the word cure.
Yeah.
But
made them feel better.
But basically, I helped to desensitize their body to the allergen. Now, I've probably seen about 200 people. There's a great NIH study as well. If you look up on the National Health Institute website, you can look up SAAT alpha gal treatment, and they did a full study. And it's pretty interesting. It has a 94% efficacy rate. So that means it worked 94% of the time, which is really high for anything.
Yeah.
And I can say, after seeing around 200 people, that's probably pretty right on. Some people have to repeat the procedure. So generally you come in once, so just to explain what it is, it's this very tiny micro needle. It doesn't go through your ear like a piercing. It lays flat under the skin. You don't really feel it. But it stays in for 3 weeks, so it can get itchy. It feels a little funky to not be able to touch
it's not like your normal acupuncture.
It is not normal acupuncture at all.
All
So that's what I was saying earlier. This is
Gotcha.
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally different, but something you learned how to do with your practice.
All right.
Correct. Yeah. And so you leave it in for 3 weeks and then it comes out. Then, you can test the waters if you want a little bit. And then I would say for 40-50% of people, one time does the trick, especially if they've had it for a while and have been staying away from their allergen and, their body's kind of already starting to process it. Because some doctors will tell you if you just don't eat anything with it in it for so many years, it may go away on its own.
But that's hard to know what things are have alpha gal.
It's a lot, yeah. So if you're not wanting to go down the hole of that, right? And not everyone reacts to everything depending
And everybody's
so much.
different.
Absolutely,
with
yeah.
How they react to allergens and how they react to treatment.
Yeah,
Well, it's just been so interesting because when this alpha gal, when I first started hearing about it, of course I read about it, and the first thing you read is there's no way to treat it.
Right, and that's what
but then
sounds scary.
But then after talking to several people, there's ways. There's ways to treat
Or
it.
just see if things work for you. If you are suffering that much with it, try
Absolutely.
try it. And but it seems like this has come along all of a sudden because we haven't heard of it, or maybe it's just that
we're hearing
people
about it
are
more.
talking about it more.
Sure. Yeah. A few weeks ago, I think all the clients I had that week had found out about me by running into somebody in line at a restaurant or a grocery store who just started to talk about it and was like, "Oh, you gotta go see this lady."
We brought it up Monday, and you would have thought we were talking about who knows what. I mean, it was the biggest
Like something
response.
that it wildfire.
Yeah. Because everybody knows somebody who's had alpha gal.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my cousin, his son had it, and they didn't know about you. They went to Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, and she does a different procedure.
So
but
you know
yeah.
about her
you
too?
know
Oh yeah,
about her.
yeah.
Okay.
There's actually a woman in Livingston who does a similar procedure to her.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's
And I'm up for all of it, right? Whatever works.
Yeah, whatever helps.
It was really interesting because it was his son that had it, a young man, full of life, and couldn't eat meat.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't even wear clothes. He would break out.
Wool.
Yeah, his mom wore an alpaca like shawl, and the doctor made her leave, go sit in the car because he would react to even that.
Yeah.
And
So I guess alpha gal is in those fibers then? Because I don't know.
I don't know either,
Yeah.
but I know little to nothing about
Yeah.
any of this. I'm learning about it as everybody else is learning about it.
And
'cause
it could be it got his system all upset, and then
could be.
that other things affect it too. But I wanted to ask about Lyme disease too.
Sure.
Is there some remedies for that?
No. but it does, like acupuncture in general, right, can help like with reducing inflammatory markers. And so that's the thing with Lyme's, right? It's like it almost acts in a similar way to mono, where once you have it, you can go through all the antibiotics or whatever you need to take to try to like get rid of it. But sometimes major stressors or other illness can kind of make it flare up again. And mono
Ain't no joke. I had it when I was 15 and had to be put in the hospital.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, Sheila.
The kissing disease.
She was kissing everyone.
15. I didn't start out that young.
Some say differently.
But even though I was that young,
Yeah.
it felt like a whole. I mean, now I was up in like about a month, able to go and do things again.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I didn't feel 100% until about a year after.
Yeah.
And then it said that stays in your body. You're always going to test positive for mono.
Yep.
So I guess Lyme disease is kind of like that.
Kind like as
It
far as my
inflames your
experience,
system.
yeah, and it almost reacts like an autoimmune disease, the way that like it flares up in the body and can make you feel. But once again, people can feel really different with it, and can be all over the place. And yeah, so
And acupuncture could help relieve some of those
I
symptoms.
think it can help you have better days and less bad days. Like just with like acupuncture is not a cure for things. It is to help your body try to function on its own the way it should. And so with a lot of these things, we talk about inflammation all the time, right? It's like inflammation is what brings on a lot of like our pain and other issues.
Arthritis.
Yeah, brain fog, all of it. And so if you can do anything to help keep those markers lower for yourself, that will help you have less what we call like flare-ups.
And I know we've got just a couple of minutes, but
So you're not taking any more acupuncture, but
Not
with
regular
alpha-gal is
acupuncture.
different. So how do people get in touch with you, and how do they find out how to do what you're doing?
Sure. I need to print some more brochures, but essentially you can text me. I'll go ahead and put the number out there, 512-496 888-888-3319. I am a one-woman show when it comes to my acupuncture practice, so I just ask people, I'm in between doing my practice and running a retail shop, so if you can just text. I'm rarely able to answer my phone, and it sometimes takes me a few days to get back because I'm a busy lady.
Right. Well,
and I'm trying to make more of a
got out on you.
I know.
Because if everybody's talking about her, she's the real deal because the word of mouth really matters. And that's the Silver Fern is where she is located. And ask for some teas too, because she knows all about her teas that she has.
And speaking of tea and kind of allergic reactions, nettle tea is one of the best things. It helps to tamper down your histamine response. So even if you just get bug bites and get real itchy, that's a good one to drink every morning. Help the histamines go down.
And you can get that at the Silver Fern.
That's right.
All right. Well, this has been so interesting. I mean, the whole tick thing and learning about ticks and the evil that they are the worst. They're the worst.
They're like little tiny monsters.
They are, and apparently we just keep importing them. If you've been thinking about getting an animal from another country, don't.
Now I understand why Hawaii says no animals brought in.
Yeah. It's not an epidemic, but golly, it feels close to one.
Sure. Well, it's good to be aware because we are in the area that carries a lot of ticks.
Absolutely. Brandy, thank you so much for being here. And by the way, Brandy's the reason I can turn to my right now.
Yeah. Brandy's the reason we can both move our heads and necks.
Before Brandy, I was having to do this to look right, and now I can do this.
Look at that motion.
Look at that motion.
Yeah. Look at that motion.
So I'm a firm believer in what Brandy's doing.
I know.
For
And
sure.
it's been around for how long?
Like 5,000 years.
Yeah, only 5,000 years.
Yeah, so anyway, coming up tomorrow, Elevate Real Estate's Lindsay and Elijah Castelli and Corey Watson Cross the Divide Veterans Organization.
Awesome. That's tomorrow here on Good Morning Cookeville, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate here in the Willow Window Studio. Bye now.